My name is Paweł. I'm a global head of HR processes and transformation. I used to work in IT solutions, Igniti, construction, then risk management and ergo, and now in Avia Prime's aviation industry, so we are repairing aircrafts. So tell you about the people analytics and how to connect to business transformation. That is what I call art and science. Why art and science? From one side, from a private view, I'm playing trumpet. I love cinema and comics, and I'm a big fan of psychology. And from the business side, I'm always responsible for processes and project management, KPIs, and so on. And I'm an engineer, so I'm a geologist, so this is the art and science from the both sides. But back to the business. I believe that HR, people and culture, HR business partner, whatever we call it, we have a big influence on the culture, diversity and development. And from the other side, there is a science, meaning there are always processes, projects, KPIs, all of the stuff with the numbers. So that is why I call it art and science, and this is two words that need to be connected. And going through this science, I will answer the question how to find opportunities from HR data and vice versa. Then, of course, about the involvement and the desired results. So let's start from the science and the HR data. This is a typical by book human resource management. Like you see a lot of issues, a lot of areas, but this is so-called process. But we are starting from the recruitment, and then of course adaptation, employee development, and of course employment restructuring. So this is the one perspective of human resources management by the book. From the business plan, there is always processes and always analysis, scenario planning, assessment of the political, economic, and all of the environment stuff. And from the other side, data collection, qualitative and quantitative internal and external data. This is the most important in my job from the people analytics, because we need to have some action plans. We have implementation, of course, monitoring and evaluation of these processes. What about HR data? In our industry, aviation, and of course market in the Central Eastern Europe, what are the conditions? First of all, inflation. We have a big problems regarding this area, which is connected to decrease of the value of the local currencies. This is a huge challenge in our industry. Of course, war in Ukraine and economic sanctions. A lot of suppliers, a lot of products. The prices are crazy in this industry, and especially in construction side. And of course, lack of employees with high technical skills on the market. But from the other side, from the market, what are the expectations? First of all, continuous pressure and high expectation on salary increases. This is the big challenge in my industry. Then, of course, clear and transparent remuneration principles. Employees always ask about this. The management need of the cost optimization and cost control planning and so on and so on. And what is the most important from the HR perspective, that more potential employees on the market, however, the number of employees will not increase in a moment. We need to wait, we need to find, we need to have a good analysis to have a good resource planning. So regarding external data, this is examples what we are taking from our analysis. For example, Poland, GDP, inflation, and employment, and minimum salary. And then we are analyzing all of the countries regarding these areas from European Union. And based on this, based on the analysis, we need to have a good decision and good direction, good movement, and then the development of our organization. But from the internal perspective, of course, there are a lot of KPIs, manpower, headcount, voluntary, return of investment, and so on and so on. But we have decided that we need to focus on two of them, meaning headcount in split of white collars and blue collars, and of course, total in a period of time. Headcount of our key employees, like project managers, senior project managers. And what is the most challenges is the total turnover. The same in the split of voluntary turnover from blue collars and white collars. because we need to have a good decision based on the external and internal data, and to have a next steps. So we have implemented so-called resource planning. It means, of course, regarding the business plan and business projection from the business. And we call it quantitative needs. It means how many employees we have in our company. And from the other side, qualitative needs, what kind of employees we have it, what are their skills, what are their experience, what are their needs, and so on and so on. And of course, we need to implement some kind of database. So this is a couple of examples that we have, of course, a lot of information about our employees, type of employee, what kind of projects they are assigned, what are their positions. Then we can search them by the employees, or the projects, or percent of assignment of or costs. So that was the first phase. Then the second phase, if you have a total headcount, we have information regarding numbers. When you have information regarding what are the FTE assigned to the projects, but if they not are assigned to projects, what are the reasons of the not assigned to the project, because of the absences, idles, and tendering. And this is a typical for the construction and of course aviation company, because there is a season. For example, in aviation, this is from the September till June, and in construction, this is from March till late November. And of course, if you have such information, there is a prediction or how many employees are assigned or not assigned to the projects. And we can see that this is, of course, changing every month, but this is analysis and estimation for the next steps. And the last but not least analysis that, of course, is connected to finance, that we need to calculate the idle cost with the next 3 months estimation. Of course, estimation for the FTE and headcounts, it depends on the percent of the assignment to the projects, and of course, idle cost per FTE. So this is some kind of indicator, shows average amount of idle cost per one FTE in a specific month. So we have how many employees we have. This is the most important information. Then we have a project list, so-called pipeline. So we know how is the business going on. Then we have analysis of what kind of category of projects are. It's risk management, heat map, and so on and so on. So by this information, we can find employees what we are looking for by this moment with this professional experience of employees. So for example, we are looking for works manager with specialization of electrician, and for the category of project is shell and core. So now we have a whole view of all the information regarding resource planning. So just to sum up the PAMPIL analytics, we need to remember that there is an environment framework, meaning political, economic, and so on and so on. We have a lot of technological aspects. Of course, we can use Excel sheets, but we need to have some kind of system to have it in place. Of course, a lot of stakeholders, board, management, managers, employees, and so on and so on. Always fight with the finance, meaning fight with the cost and results, with the controlling and so on and so on. IT, we need to have some kind of channels to provide information to the employees, to the management. And this is the job for the human resources, people culture, and so on and so on. So we have information regarding how many employees, what kind of employees we have it. But we need to remember that there is some kind of art part, that how to ensure the employees' involvement in a business change. So what about employees' involvement? We have reversed this question and try to find some trends, some analysis, and to find the answer that why the people are staying in the company. And this is the trend that talented employees stay because they are paid well, they are appreciated, they are listened to, they are promoted, they are involved in decisions, they are mentored, and of course, challenged. So this is the external view. This is the trend. So we have a survey, engagement and satisfaction, and we call it pulse check. And we ask our employees, what are the reasons that you want to stay with us? We want to stay in the company. And the second question, why we are leaving, by the exit interviews and so on and so on. And like you see, the answer was quite obvious. Salary, first of all, career progress, and leadership. Of course, there were a lot of in another reason, but this is the three main reason to leave the organization. Like you see, the connection is quite obvious. So when we asked our employees what is the most important, we need to have some kind of reaction. What we can do, what we can change to the philosophy, the mindset, the whole strategy of our companies. Why we are focusing on a voluntary turnover? Why we are focusing that people are leaving? Because what are the potential costs of the losing employees? First of all, we are losing specific skills and qualifications. This is crucial for the engineering industry, aviation industry, construction, and so on and so on. We are losing crucial relations with customers, and of course, business contacts. This is obvious. We don't have a so-called succession. If we are losing managers, we cannot replace them in a minute. This is the process to train, to develop those leaders who can be a manager or who cannot be the managers. And of course, know-how leakage from company to competitors. This is the worst scenario for us. And related to the cost, the recruitment process is very, very, very expensive to recruit, to find, to adopt, to train the employees. And for example, after 3 months, he is deciding to leave the company, so we are losing the money. Construction industry and aviation industry is a very conservative, hermetic, and there is a lot of hierarchy regarding licenses, regarding certificates, regarding the knowledge that those engineers, mechanics, and works manager have. So we have implemented the position leveling structure, meaning that we are ensuring compartments are truly similar in terms of scope of duties, the complexity, and so on and so on. We are setting the structure to the remuneration data. It's for the future analysis and its quality. Of course, enabling professional benchmarking to the market data. We have about a lot of market trends reports just to have a good information and good input for the most of the analysis. And what is most important, transparent, clear, and understandable way of the communication to the employees. We have a lot of workshops, trainings, meetings with the board, with the leaders, with the managers, webinars, and so on and so on. And like I said, in industry, aviation, construction is very hierarchically. So we need to implement some kind of career path. And of course, regarding promotion criteria, regarding qualification, licenses, and so on, so on. For example, we start with the assistant, then we have a junior mechanics, expert mechanics, senior mechanics, of course, coordinator and managers. It depends on the knowledge, needs, and willingness to have such a development of the career for each employee. But the most important, leadership transformation. Like I said, this is a very hermetic industry. So we have changed the vision and mindset from MBO, from management by the objective, to management by the quality and sense of work, influencing. Then we have always focused on the short-term financial aspects. Now we need to change. There is a focus on purpose and long-term, and what is important, sustainable business. From the autocratic management style to the inclusive management style and collaborative leadership. This is a huge challenge, what I say. And of course, it is a very important for the Central Eastern Europe countries that from the stability we need to transform. We need to change the mindset. We need to change the way of working. And this is the job for the leadership, for the management, for the managers. Last but not least, but my favorite, diversity and inclusion. Diversity meaning the difference between people, social categories, representation, and of course inclusion, meaning culture, irrespective of differences, be who you are and be it at your best. I don't know if you know this, but we are using the analysis from the Hofstede Insights. This is the institute which are presenting all of the countries all over the world with some kind of differences between them and the description. And this model consists 6 of dimensions, meaning power, distance, individualism versus collectivism, masculinity versus femininity, uncertainty avoidance, long-term orientation versus, of course, short-term normative orientation, and the last, indulgence versus restraint. And imagine that in a peak season, in my company, we have 21 nationalities from Poland, Serbia, Slovenia, Italy, Jordan, Greece, Germany, Ukraine, France, India, Hungary, Vietnam, Syria, and most of them. This is a very multicultural environment. And like you see, a lot of differences. So how to manage, how to communicate, how to find the way to communicate them. This is a huge job, so we have analyzed all of these countries. And of course, try to find some kind of differences and try to find a way that we, for example, we have our most important leader from Greece, and all of the team is from Serbia. So this is a huge challenge, how to connect them, how to find a common solution, how come to find even common language to avoid the discussion and so on and so on. So a huge of analysis, each country. Because why this diverse inclusion is so important for us? First of all, we know that if there is a high diversity, there's a low work satisfaction, high employee turnover, weak employer brand, low creativity, and the same in the inclusion. But what is our goal? That we need to find this in this place, that we have a high work satisfaction. Of course, we need to have a voluntary, but a healthy voluntary as a restructuring. This is some kind of normal KPI. And we need to focus on strong employer brand to new joiners, to our employees. And of course, high creativity and innovation. This is, of course, in each company. And high adaptability and agility. So if we have HR data and in place in some kind of system, and we have a good decision and good solutions, if we have involvement of these employees, we need the reason that they leave, the reason that they want to stay in our organization. So how to achieve desired results in organizational design. So what we have done. We split our business transformation on the three streams, meaning business. Business means products, services, what kind of vision we have, in which direction we need to go. The second, of course, clients. So we focus on global clients or local clients. So what is our portfolio? And of course, people meaning values and development, people pool. So this is 3 dimensions of our business transformation. And we ask our management board, okay, what is your desired organization? What is the influence on strategy regarding business, clients, and people? Of course, we have a lot of discussion with the board, with the management. What is our direction? What is our strategy? So we have started from the end. Okay, but we are here. We have a lot of job to do. So we need to stand and look at, okay, this is our desired organization. This is our current organization. Like you see, there's a lot of job to do. So we need to have a short-term plans. Then, okay, next short-term plans. This is a huge plan, how to implement the desired organization. And after many discussion, many solutions, many information regarding diversity, nationalities, results, external data, internal data, market influence, and so on, we decided to go into the matrix organization. For example, we have local functions like in Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Serbia, and of course there are core business. There is always technical support, like engineering, like planning, and so on, and back office, like finance, HR, administration, and so on. But we need to have some kind of unified standardization, and so we have implemented global matrix functions. So there are there are a lot of managers in local, but we have to some kind of have a big picture from the global matrix point of view. And we have analyzed this, and what are the advantages of the matrix organization? First of all, we started to standardization the processes through all the countries, for all the units. We can use our resource optimal. We have access to experts from the whole organization. We have, of course, knowledge sharing, and the matrix structure is dynamic, allowing employees to communicate across the department. We have a cooperation work environment, and to have to integrate the organization. And what is important for our employees, because they ask to go to Slovenia, go to Serbia, go to Slovakia to know each other, to have a better understanding of the business, that the employees can exchange their skill and knowledge and taking part in different projects. But the such structure requires, first of all, close cooperation between, of course, local and global functions to avoid confusion and conflicts and necessary discussion. Communication is crucial. It is, if you say that communication is in place, we said that, okay, we need to do something more. Properly balanced power distribution between the local manager and the functional manager, and an imbalance may impact the effectiveness of operations. Cultural open feedback supports resolving conflicts. This is what I said regarding diversity, and that was the biggest challenge, but we have managed this. And describe roles and responsibilities. It should be clear and communicated to employees to avoid confusion. Like I mentioned, that the career path with all of the promotion criteria, salaries, remuneration, ranges, and so on and so on. And just to sum up, from people analytics to business transformation, I believe that, of course, there will always be a split between culture, diversity, and development as an HR. And there always will be some kind of processes, project, and KPIs. But I think that this need to be connected, because it's always, and you need to see what are the advantages and disadvantages of all these sites. So it needs to be one box, and of course, culture, processes, diversity, projects, development, and KPIs. And that's all.